Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Tesla has guided that full year 2020 deliveries will comfortably exceed 500,000 vehicles. They've also guided that production is expected to outpace deliveries for the year, with both the Model 3 ramp in Shanghai and the Model Y ramp in the US underway. If thinking is painful, you may fall into the same trap as many Tesla bears and assume that Tesla is aiming for deliveries of around 500,000 units or so. Let's pay closer attention. Comfortably exceed 500,000 units. Those two words, comfortably and exceed, contain a lot of information. If Tesla said, we hope to deliver 500,000 units, or we aim to deliver more than 500,000 units, that would be one thing. But they didn't say that. They said comfortably exceed. We can infer from this that Tesla is very confident that they will well and truly surpass 500,000 vehicles delivered in 2020. Most of the Wall Street bears are too blinded by their own biases to actually comprehend the meaning behind the words. Many think that Tesla is shooting for around 500,000 units. And with a bearish perspective, even that seems like a stretch given Tesla delivered less than 370,000 vehicles in 2019. I've got news. Tesla will decimate 500,000 units. In fact, I believe they will produce closer to 600,000 vehicles and deliver most, but not all of them. Why do I say this? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at the numbers. History. In 2012, Tesla delivered 2,650 vehicles. In 2013, Tesla delivered 22,477 vehicles. In 2014, Tesla delivered 31,655 vehicles. In 2015, Tesla delivered 50,446 vehicles. In 2016, Tesla delivered 76,243 vehicles. Are you guys noticing a trend here? In 2017, Tesla delivered 101,250 vehicles. 2018, Tesla delivered 245,231 vehicles. And in 2019, Tesla delivered 367,656 vehicles. This is what's known as exponential growth. Taking Tesla's historical deliveries into account is a wise thing. It can't predict the future, but it sure as is useful to know. Just for fun, if Tesla were to increase full year 2020 deliveries by the same percent it increased them in 2019 compared to 2018, which was 50%, we'd see 548,484 deliveries. That alone is worth considering. So too is the fact that Elon Musk recently reiterated that he believes Tesla can maintain a compound annual growth rate above 50% for the foreseeable future. Capacity. If bears were just to pay attention to what Tesla say, they'd gain deep insights into the business and its plans. Sure, Tesla isn't perfect with timing. When disrupting, innovating and scaling so fast, this is inevitable. But what most Tesla bears seem to miss is that Elon Musk and Tesla are honest and they always execute. When they make a forward-looking statement, it's based on their plans and their belief that they can do it. They're not pulling these numbers out of their ass. This is more important than it seems. If we go back and look at Tesla's track record, they've done what they said they would do. The 2006 Tesla Secret Master Plan laid out exactly what Tesla would do in the following 14 years. And they did it. What Tesla says they will do matters. In Tesla's Q4 and full year 2019 update, we were given a glimpse into Tesla's current and future annual production capacity. Fremont has current combined S and X capacity of 90,000 and 400,000 combined 3 and Y capacity. That's 490,000 total. Shanghai has current Model 3 capacity of 150,000 units. If you can count, you'll discover that we're already at 640,000 units of annual production capacity. Of course, capacity does not equal production. There's downtime and other surprises. It's an upper limit. Shanghai is still ramping Model 3 production. Currently, we've seen capacity of over 100,000 units on just a single shift. If a second shift is added, we're already at over 100,000 units per year. 2/3 of the way to fully ramped, and it's only February, so we need to discount the production rate of Shanghai. I'll be extremely conservative and assume Tesla only produces 75,000 vehicles in China through all of 2020. This is absurdly low given what we already know, but I'd rather understate than overstate. So let's say 90,000 plus 400,000 plus 75,000. We're at 565,000 units. Not bad. But wait a second. What's this? Model 3 and Y installed capacity in Fremont will extend to 500,000 by mid-2020? Wait, what? An increase of 100,000 units by mid-year? Okay, let's be very conservative here too and assume that Tesla only produces 50,000 of that 100,000 capacity in 2020. Again, Tesla expects to be fully ramped by mid-year, meaning I have not included any of the vehicles produced during the ramp towards this extra capacity. 565,000 plus 50,000 equals 615,000. Is this reasonable? I believe so. But wait. Tesla also told us they've broken ground on the next stage of the Shanghai factory, which will produce Model Y at a similar or greater capacity than Model 3, meaning over 150,000 units a year. Construction of this new stage is likely to take the bulk of 2020 and possibly some of 2021, so I won't count any vehicles from this. But if you remember how quickly the Model 3 ramp moved in Shanghai, muddy field to production in well under a year, and given some of the groundwork literally has already taken place, it's possible we'll see a small number of made in China Model Ys delivered in 2020. And for anyone wondering, I highly doubt Giga Berlin will be producing vehicles before year end, so I won't even consider including those, though I'm happy to be surprised. Here's the deal. Tesla will produce a load of vehicles in 2020. You'd have to be a real dope not to get this part at the very least. Like, look at the evidence. Pull out a calculator, punch in a few numbers, and you'll discover that Tesla has the capacity to hit 500,000 out of the park. In fact, it could do 600,000. Wall Street has no idea. Pay attention to what analysts are saying. Most of them still have no clue. If they're thinking 500,000 or even 550,000 and Tesla delivers closer to 600,000, what we're likely to see is a production and delivery surprise to the upside every quarter until Wall Street wakes up. And based on their track record, it's plausible that they'll be asleep the entire year. As Tesla investors, this can create a big opportunity. I think the real issue here is that what Tesla is doing is unbelievable. The fact that this young startup has successfully disrupted legacy automakers, pushed forward the EV revolution, is profitably making EVs at scale, and has moved at a truly mind-boggling pace while doing so defies belief. I can almost understand why analysts refuse to believe that Tesla can grow deliveries by 50% year over year because no one else is. But if anyone from Wall Street is watching, I have an invaluable tip. Are you ready? Believe what Tesla says they will do. If not, I may have to feature you in a future clip called "How did Wall Street f*** up their Tesla delivery estimates so bad in 2020?" To be clear, I don't expect Tesla to deliver every car they produce in 2020, but they will deliver most of them, and I'm confident they'll produce closer to 600,000 than 500,000. Tesla continues to learn and optimize. The lightning-fast construction and ramp of Gigafactory Shanghai is one example. The almost a year ahead of schedule Model Y is another. Tesla can ramp fast. The scars of Model 3 production hell serve as reminders of the valuable lessons Tesla has learned. What appear to be absurdly ambitious, impossible targets for production growth only look so when your vision is tainted with a bias of what others are capable of doing. Tesla is a whole new beast. Measuring their ability by that of others is asking for trouble, so don't. Look at what Tesla has done, what they're doing, and most importantly, what they tell us they will do. It's that simple. Just listen to what Tesla says they will do and believe they will do it. This one thing will put you ahead of almost everyone. Of course, anything can happen in the future. This video is about probability, not certainty. I don't know what will happen, but I'm confident of what's most likely. The elephant in the room is, of course, demand. And on this matter, I really can't do more than restate what I have in the past. In the future, approximately 100% of new vehicles will be electric. Today, that number is about 2%. This adoption will follow an S-curve and happen deceptively fast. If you question this, you either don't have all the information, aren't capable of reasoning, or perhaps, just perhaps, I am the fool. When I look at the converging forces at play, the declining cost of batteries and computers, which means the two most expensive items in a Tesla will continue to decline in cost over time, making the vehicles much cheaper than ICE, and the fact that EVs have far fewer moving parts, require far less maintenance, and will last far longer. And the fact that fuel costs are far lower when your vehicle uses electricity instead of gasoline. And the fact that vehicles are transforming from mechanical to digital, and software is eating the world. And the fact that most people understand that gas-guzzling vehicles pollute and damage the environment. And the fact that manufacturing EVs will be much cheaper than ICE once ramped because of the far fewer components. And the fact that EVs will destroy the performance of an ICE vehicle every day of the week. And the fact that Tesla, since day one, has never been able to produce enough vehicles to meet demand. And that, okay, you get the point. When I look at these converging forces, it seems painfully obvious that yes, the world is transitioning to EVs, and there is no question of demand. In short, I believe Tesla will produce closer to 600,000 vehicles in 2020 than 500,000, and it will deliver most of them. How many vehicles do you think Tesla will produce and deliver in 2020? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan, this is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with any points? What is your 2020 prediction for Tesla deliveries and production? Will Tesla grow deliveries by more than 50%? And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. PS, if you're still watching, you're awesome. This channel has kind of blown up since it launched, and I'm working on making the best possible content for you guys, but it takes time. Consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can continue creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. Either way, the best kind of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again. What the hell? You're still watching? Alright, here's some bonus content.
That is preposterous.
That is awesome. Dangerous to eyebrows.
Jesus.